be her.
Well, Julia, I got your revision back, and it's not going to work. It's just not good enough. I had to give it to somebody else.
Yeah, well, you know what, Donna? I've heard a lot about you and how long you've been here. You've been here for years, haven't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I heard that you did this thing over here, and it was very successful. So clearly you know what you're doing.
And in this case, you don't.
Yeah, I can see that you're real disappointed right now with my work, and that you have some things that you can bring to me to help me do a better job. What do you feel?
Totally. I just have such...
What do you think she'd say? Stay in her just a little longer.
Okay. Wow, what would she say to that? It's not my job to train you.
Yeah, I know. So you feel like it would be a burden to you to train me on top of the fact that, you know, you don't think that I'm doing a good job right now. Well, you know, one of the things that I know is that coming into a new job like this, I'm just feeling a little bit uncertain of myself, and I would really appreciate the fact that even though it's not your job, because of all your experience and everything, that you might be able to, in some regards, if you have any time at all, maybe just take me under your wing a little bit and keep helping me to see where maybe I could do a little bit better. Would you be willing to do that?
I'll see.
Thank you. Thank you. No. Do you see how hard it is to compete with me?
Yeah, it is hard. It is hard.
Okay, so let's reverse it so that you have an experience of doing it the way that I just did it with you.
Okay.
Okay, so Julia, you know, I know you're new and everything, but I'm telling you, this is just unacceptable work. Like, I don't know what you think you're putting out here, but did you say you had a marketing background? Well, think about what was, let's stop for a second and reevaluate. What was it that I did? So I'm going to review so that you know. Okay. What I first said is, wow, I've heard a lot about you. I've heard you've been here for a long time. And I didn't have any specific examples, but if I would have said, I heard that you put out that wonderful newsletter. I heard that you were responsible and that you won an award for such and such, or whatever these assets were that I was specifically clear that she had done. Because if you say to somebody in the goal of superiority or significance, you're awesome, you're wonderful, they're going to be like, yeah, right, suck up. You know, like they are so tuned to I'm inferior that if you say anything that is fake, unauthentic, and you actually have to be willing to look at their assets and actually call them. It's almost like you're proving to yourself in that moment, not only are you really good and really capable, but I'm going to show you exactly how I know you are. Like, you have to have that intention. The other night when I was working with the student on this, she's like, I just can't think of anything. And I'm like, you're not willing yet then.
Right.
You see that?
Yeah, I totally see that.
So,
because I just can't stand this woman.
Right, okay, so, okay, get a picture of her of feeling totally, really, think of her really feeling like she doesn't matter, she's not good enough. All of that. She feels like she is completely the lowest on the totem pole in her company, even though she's got this position and everything. She's feeling like she's really a failure in her life. Now, if you really knew that to be true, how would you want to talk to her?
Well, if this were a hypothetical person, I could say
Okay,
with compassion.
can you see how much resentment you have?
I can't even think of her in that way.
What that tells me is that you feel the same.
You know what I did? When I left this job, I mean, I left it in less than 3 weeks, and I sent her a pretty little note card, and I said, Donna, just a little note to tell you, in my 40 years on this planet, you are without a doubt one of the most mean-spirited, rude, you know, I can't even remember everything, people that I've ever had the misfortune to meet. That said, congratulations, you're a success.
Okay,
you know?
Did you like anybody in that office? Did you like anybody?
A couple people.
Okay, guess what you just created for them? Go ahead and say it out loud.
When given the demanded competition or put down, they act even more self-righteous, competitive, superior, insufferable, or cocky. Ooh, create subtle sabotage of team and create lose-wins.
That's what you you helped further.
Oh.
Now, it doesn't mean you're a bad person. What does it mean that I said to Pat? What is it that you want to remember right in this moment as you know that? Because what you just did by telling the story is you just reinforced that that was the way to go. So what do you want to remember about yourself in this moment? When I think of that company, I still feel
inferior.
Discouraged.
Okay.
You know, Julie, I know you're new and everything, but man, that material that you're putting out, I don't know what you're thinking. It's awful. I feel like I have to rewrite everything you do.
Well, Donna, I've seen some of your work on the website and some of your brochures, and I see that you've done a good job. It's not feeling authentic.
Okay, are you? See, you're not in alignment.
I'm not there yet. You're riding the back of every other worker here.
You do it so well.
Okay, so this is a good point also. Sometimes you're going to have a student that's not going to want to redirect their child. And even that is huge for them. Because that's what happened with my customer last night. She didn't want to redirect. She was like, oh my God. But it was such a revelation to her to realize first of all, what she was doing, how she was part of it, and that she wants to stay there. So it's okay. So you don't have to do it. Oh, what if I'm the person that helps to redirect her so that she becomes more loving and cooperative? Because here's the redirect for this person. You acknowledge the person's specific assets and strengths and gifts. Okay, which automatically helps you put them in a different box. Take them out of the monster box, okay? The next one is mirror back the words or ideas. Did you notice when I was redirecting you, I said, wow, you really think I'm doing a bad job. Wow, you really feel like this isn't your responsibility to take care of me, to teach me. Like I didn't bypass what she was saying. Both of those steps helps her to feel significant, right? Because I'm saying your words matter, your ideas matter, and what you've accomplished matters. And I notice it, and I think it's great. The third thing is you lead them to use their gifts and assets to empower others rather than compete. So when I said to you, would you be willing to take me under your wing a little bit, even though I can see that it rankles a little to help me, would you be willing to give me a little time now and then because you have so much experience and I think I could really learn from you? Do you see how in that moment I was inviting her to use her gifts to serve me as opposed to, hurt me? And once she trusts that and she is finding that she can contribute to me, all of those things are going to feed her core needs to feel valuable and lovable and appreciated and all of that, and she's going to actually be your best advocate. So remember when you get into that with another person that if you can turn them around and truly sincerely ask them to be an advocate for you, you've got like a best buddy that's